Welcome, everyone. Today, in this video, I will be discussing my scenario project on creating a 3D game in Unity. Some of you may be wondering, what is Unity? Well, Unity is a game engine. What this means is that Unity allows you to assemble all the parts of the game, sprites, scripts, animations, etc. in the software, and assemble the game when you're done. One of the main aspects of this project was coding, which has many different languages. Coding languages, similar to regular languages, all can be used to describe something to a target. The target in this case is the compiler, which reads all the code and turns it into machine language to execute the code, but they each do it differently. The coding language I used to create this game is called C#. I got help for learning this language from codecademy.com, an online instructive website with unique courses for different programming languages. Some problems I encountered when creating this game were the Unity platform not being accessible on the school-issued laptop, lots of bugs, coding errors, and figuring out how to add new features to the game. Example, how to switch to the next level after completing one. I solved these issues by beginning development after I got a laptop for Christmas. I kept learning C# using Codecademy before this, viewing my code and seeing what caused the problem, and watching videos on how to add certain components to the game. I encountered most of the problems that weren't just syntax errors towards the end of making the first level. One of the first issues was that once the player completed the level, they would fall off the map. Since the next level trigger was at the end of the ground, it would activate the failure trigger before the next level event loaded. I fixed this problem by extending the ground significantly past the next level trigger to keep the player from falling. After that, I had a problem with the player colliding with one of the objects before the finish line. If that object passed the finish line, the next level trigger would activate. I solved this by making the game check if the entity activating the trigger had the player tag, and if it didn't, it wouldn't activate. Additionally, I had a problem with the player still activating the next level trigger if they hit an object and slid past through the finish line. I solved this by cross-referencing the movement component from my player movement script, and if the movement was disabled, the object collision script disables player movement if you collide with an object, then the next level trigger wouldn't activate. This solution would have also solved my previous problem, as you can't push an object past the finish line without colliding with it. Furthermore, the objective of my game is to complete all 5 levels. The levels increase in difficulty due to the speed of the player progressively increasing by crossing the finish line without colliding into any of the objects present on the map or falling off. Colliding with one, in addition to falling off the map, resets the level. There's no limit to the amount of times you can retry any of the levels. At the top right of the screen, there's also a score based on how far the player has traveled, with the end of a level being 2,480. After a level is completed, the text "Level Complete" shows up on screen and the next level loads approximately 2 to 3 seconds later. In addition to that, I camouflage the ground in with the background to increase the difficulty of the game by making you only discover where it ends once you're very close. With that, my presentation of my scenario project has come to a conclusion. If you have any questions or would like to give feedback on my project, please post a comment in the comments section below. If not, I hope you enjoyed learning about my scenario project.